the return of the greatest yet to be awarded podcast segment in the world. It's, of course, I'm, of course, referring to Brooke's Buzz. Welcome back. It has been a while since we've gotten the buzz. Brooke's Buzz is kind of a cool segment that we do where Brooke talks about shows that she watches that I don't really watch.
Or just gossip in the reality TV world.
Yeah. And so I'm interested, Brooke. What's the buzz this week?
All right. So I have watched two very popular, one reality show and one documentary out currently. So let's first talk about Secret Lives of Mormon Moms.
Okay.
Or Mormon Wives? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
Okay. So this show follows a group of Mormon moms from Utah who have gotten together and created a little group called Mom Talk.
Yeah.
They call themselves.
Yeah.
So they post TikToks of themselves.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to be honest, that is not the side of TikTok that I'm on. I really avoid the influencers and the sometimes I'll do the mom stuff, but not really. Yeah,
from what I hear, you're on mostly the trauma dumping side of TikTok, where someone pushes the TikTok upload limits, where they just discuss the horrors of their life.
That does happen a lot, yes. Or sometimes on funny stuff, or cute kids doing cute stuff, or sentimental stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm like, why am I even watching this if I'm not even... And as soon as I started it, I was like, yeah, this is why I'm not on that side.
Right.
Because it just feels very fake and very coming from a privileged perspective.
Right.
I don't know. So that's tough.
You like your stars out the mud.
Yeah. But I will say with this, you kind of got the backside of it. So for example, they go on this one trip. They go on this one trip together, and they're fighting with each other this whole trip.
Yeah.
And they also amongst that are shooting TikToks together and posting the TikToks.
Yeah.
So you don't really see the fighting and the drama, but because we have the show now, we see it. So that I kind of like, right? Because that is another side I'm on, is the drama talk.
So how long ago was it filmed? Let's say...
I think a year. Okay. Actually, no. I think the pilot was filmed maybe a year ago, and then they took a break, and then they came back, and I think it was last... I guess it was a year, because it was last winter, so January, February.
Yeah.
I guess not quite a year, but I think they took a break because kind of the star of the show, Taylor Paul.
Okay.
She just was really going through it. She had... Okay, this is a part that you were there's no way.
Yeah.
Because the kind of all this drama came out because Taylor, who was the quote leader creator of Mom Talk, she came out on a video and said, okay, we're all swingers and things went too far and I cheated on my husband, so we're getting a divorce.
Okay.
And so basically all the other girls, nobody else... Well, okay, remember I told you that happened? And you were like, there's literally no way.
Right.
So, basically, none of the other girls, came clean about that. None of the other girls were like, yeah, we did that.
Right.
So I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe she did just make it up for, views and stuff.
Right.
And to, maybe make her cheating less serious?
Right.
I don't know. But... apparently, this is basically just Utah culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be. I'm sure there's other people that they maybe might have done that with. I don't know.
Okay.
But so kind of at the beginning, all the other girls are like kind of mad at Taylor
Right.
because she did this
Mm-hmm.
and kind of drug them down when they really weren't involved.
Right.
But
Now they have a TV show.
it does, yeah. It doesn't really last long, except for with one girl, which is Whitney, who is the other, like, Regina George.
Okay.
She's Regina George.
So these are Utah. I think from the reality shows I've seen in Utah, I need a breakdown. Who are the devout Mormons and who are just living in Utah?
Unfortunately, I cannot keep their names straight because
Okay.
they all kind of look alike,
Okay.
and they all kind of just run together.
Okay.
But they did have this divide where they said like the sinners and the saints.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought a creator had just made that up, but that was a real thing they said.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
were saying that on the show, but they all are Mormon. They all say they're Mormon.
Right.
So I don't really know that much about Mormon, but yeah, it's very interesting.
Okay.
I think.
How do you think this show compares to other shows that are out there right now?
Like what?
Well, I mean, the other shows that are in the lane, like Housewives, like
Oh.
Kardashians. No, actually, how does it compare to Succession and The Bear?
So I think it's pretty comparable, but people were comparing it to the Housewives and saying like, this is the new Housewives. Like, we need to get the young people on the Housewives. And I do kind of see where they're coming from, but to me, it's just different. A different show. We're talking about young moms who are who are influencers.
Right.
And that lifestyle. And when it comes to housewives, they're not. Yes, they might become influencers, but they don't start as influencers. And so I think that's what makes it interesting to me.
I see.
Because I'm seeing their lives and how.
And it's a little more normal in the sense that they weren't always performing.
Yeah, I think so. So, it's just different to me.
Okay. What do you like more? Secret House of Mormon Livers or whatever it's called? I don't know why I said it like that. Or Utah Housewives, Salt Lake City Housewives.
Oh, Salt Lake City Housewives.
I remember I watched that first season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with you, and that was like almost as good as, well, I think I've only really seen 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But there's an Atlanta season I really liked that I ended up watching with you.
Yeah.
And it was the season with the Portia Candy drama. But that first season of Salt Lake City almost made me a Housewives fan.
Yeah.
Because of just how crazy it was.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything from I'll just say it, like the homogenous TikTok mom talk. I haven't seen anything that's really grabbed me. Even with Hulu running those, we're all swingers, you should find out.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, do y'all thing. Nothing was really grabbed me from the promotional stuff to make me want to watch.
Yeah. That's really not even like that big. I don't know. That wasn't even that big of a storyline, I guess I'll say.
Yeah.
Now, I did hear, and I did not confirm. I tried to look it up, but I think I got distracted. So one of the Mom Talk girls, she's like 20-something, and her husband is like 46. And I heard that her husband is the ex-husband of one of the Salt Lake City housewives. But I don't know if that... I need to look it up.
Yeah. Well... Hulu it's cool to see them expanding. I feel like every network is really pushing reality TV. And I think it's obvious why. It's cheaper than scripted shows. You can make them, I think, quicker. And the audience is so built in. I mean, we have a podcast around reality.
Yeah, I mean, people like it.
So, and then it goes viral. The drama extends beyond the show.
What are those?
So it's like free promo for your show because people want to okay, I gotta watch this because I've seen so many TikToks about it.
Yeah.
And I heard Brooke talk about it on the People's Rose, so now I gotta check it out.
That's what's happening with Mom Talk too. And apparently there's 2 girls who were like really big in it that did not want to do the show. And so now there's drama about like why they didn't want to do the show, and Taylor is saying it's because they refused to film with her because of the swinging scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Which that could be true.
It is this. What's so dumb, and this is from a person who's got a truly outside perspective, because I had not even heard of Mom Talk as a serious thing that people said seriously until maybe the show.
I had heard Mom Talk, but I didn't know
that it was like a thing.
Yeah, like when she said I created Mom Talk, I was like, what? I thought that was just like mom on TikTok.
Yeah, just like it's just a hashtag.
The
and
truth
the fact
is,
to say like I created Mom Talk, I'm just gonna get into it. Seems a little desperate to me. For this again, I haven't seen a second of the show, but it's just the idea of a bunch of women in Utah. You know what I mean? I felt like they just wanted a way to classify themselves, which is a great branding idea. You know what I'm saying? We're not Addison Ray. What is her name?
Addison Ray.
Or the D'Amelios.
Yeah.
Or the young girl dancers or whatever.
Yeah.
We're not the cool, like, you know what I'm saying? We're not the socialites in New York. It's Mom Talk. And it's in Utah. I'm like, it's in Utah? What? That's another thing about it. That's just another thing about it. This whole, like, Utah invasion with the dirty Cokes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Those Coke places look like they go hard.
And lift up your water bottle. That's part of Mom Talk as well.
What? A Stanley?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay.
No, seriously. That's what started. That's the reason you're drinking it now is because a bunch of Mormon mom influencers started drinking them.
Okay.
Those were like men's camping gear before that.
Okay.
So anyways, what I'm saying is it's like so like it's just a way that they branded themselves. So I guess you can say, oh, we started it. But to me, it's just like, just post the videos on TikTok.
Well, really, they're just
follow the People's Rose on TikTok. We started the People's Rose Talk. And we are excited to announce the beginning of People's Rose Talk.
People's Rose Talk.
And hashtag People's Rose Talk. And we'll be able to say we founded it.
Yeah. But really, they're just like hot moms.
I've seen the pictures.
That's what it is.
That.
No,
I think it's just their moms their moms from Utah.
Okay, Jared. I'm just saying, when I think of a typical, and maybe this is my own bias, but when I think of like a Mormon mom, that's not what I think of.
What?
Those girls on the show.
But that's my point. That's what they want you to think of.
Right. That's what they want it to be.
Branding.
They want to like break the stereotype.
They want to create a stereotype.
They want to change it.
Yeah, they want to like. It's not there. I don't think there was an active. You know what I'm saying? I guess people might think of like the women with their head covered, and I forget the guy's name. 17 Wives.
Yeah, I think of like the Sister Wives.
Right. No, I think the Church of Latter-day Saints is trying to. Oh, you have watched a lot of Sister Wives.
Mm-hmm.
Is trying to market themselves as the cool new.
Wait,
it's working.
You think the church is?
Not. I actually do know. It's part of the thing. It's part of their evangelism to normalize. This is not this kind of podcast.
Yeah, where is this coming from?
That's just the truth.
Just your research.
Yeah, it's
personal research.
Look it up.
So they're not like.
Well, these people aren't like that, but they're encouraged by everything. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem more palatable and cool and hip.
So you don't think the church is like upset by the way that they've portrayed them at all?
Maybe by some of the things that they do, but just the fact that when people think of, if you're gonna ask me, do I think the church is upset that people are trying to push the agenda of when you think of a Mormon, you think of a hot white mom? No, that's exactly what they want. There
is one mixed girl.
Again, one out of 7 women on that show.
8.
Let's move on.
All right, moving on. Okay, so the next one, a documentary, Chimp Crazy, which you refused to watch with me.
Right. But let me set the background for this. Anytime a chimp appears anywhere, a monkey of any kind, Brooke is like, oh my gosh, ew, that's scary. That's creepy. Get that monkey away from me. I'm like, it's just a picture on the screen. No, monkeys are weird and gross and creepy. How could anyone look at a monkey for more than 2 seconds?
Okay.
Monkeys are so, they just give me the ick. And then this promo for this show dedicated to people who are obsessed with monkeys comes out called Chimp Crazy. And Brooke's like, I must watch this show. Jared, do you want to watch this show? I was like, no, I don't want to watch a show about people getting their face ripped off by chimps. And she's like, it just looks so interesting
That
and
only
captivating.
happened once.
In fact, I'm like, where's my wife? Like, what happened to the lady who dislikes chimps?
Okay, I'm not much of an animal person. That I cannot deny. Okay, that's just, it is what it is. But what I am is a person who loves people who are different. Okay, and these people who are in love with the chimps,
right? But
are different.
And I'll let you talk about it. But one of the reason I'm not, it just seems kind of, these people have a mental illness and it's a dangerous one. Chimps rip people's faces off. Like they are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
And people infantilize them.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
And like give them human traits.
Well, that is
but
true.
They're mild animals, and it only ends in danger and violence. Like, only.
The human trait thing, you're right. That is very true, and we'll get into that. But is that why you were more down to watch Tiger King than this?
No, Tiger King happened. Well, here's the difference, because it's by the person that made Tiger King. We were all locked up. We were in COVID. We were in this weird quarantine high everyone had, right?
True.
And it was kind of like, yeah, sure, everyone's talking about Tiger King. I'll watch it. But this guy, I don't want to watch a guy who's seeking to exploit people who have that condition. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this guy. Like, okay, Super Size Me came out, and everyone's like, oh wow, this guy did that, and then he like kept doing it. And you're like, okay, we're not asking you to keep eating a bunch of McDonald's. It was it was an oddity that you did once, but don't make it a thing. That's how I feel about this guy. It's like, you thought this guy who liked tigers was crazy? There's a lady who likes chimps, and she's crazy. But I don't... And you thought, and there's a guy who likes elephants. There's people crazy. I'm like, okay, dude.
Okay, but I don't think it's like that. I think seriously, he asked the woman, like, why do you want to be a part of this? And she was basically just saying, because I want people to see my perspective on it. Like, right.
But you can exploit people willingly. People can consent to their exploitation. That happens all the time. That's actually nothing. That's actually textbook stuff right there.
Okay, well.
So that's why it just feels icky to me, because the solution is, for the best for the chimps, is to get them out of here.
Yeah.
All the time. It's just all the time. It's best for them in a research facility or zoo or wildlife center. You know what I mean? And for the people is to get them medical attention, preferably from a counselor.
But they're not. They're not at a place to do that. They don't think they're doing anything wrong, and
which is why I think the exact wrong thing is to give them a mic and a TV pack and say they're being documented to go on Netflix or whatever it came on. Because that, I think, reinforces the bad behavior.
Oh, okay.
So, let's get back to Brooke's buzz.
Taking a turn. This is not fun anymore.
Let's get back.
Okay. All right.
Let's get back to Brooke's buzz.
Okay. Well, I have nothing to say now.
No, I want to hear it.
No, I mean, what can I even say?
Say what you want.
Well, I don't know what to even say.
Okay, why did you like the show?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I think that's like a subculture of people who are obsessed with chimps and monkeys and primates. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just interesting. And I don't think there were some people who did not want to be in the documentary.
Yeah.
The main woman who was in it, she was like all about it. She loved.
But do you think she was mentally stable?
Okay, well, I'm not on the clock right now, so I'm not gonna answer that.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we had to pay you. I'll rent out some time.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, so you like the show.
But yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was very interesting.
It does come on Netflix. How many episodes is it?
It's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's 4. Okay. 4 episodes. Yeah,
It's a little docuseries.
Yeah, just a little docuseries. I will say, of the place that they were working to get the chimpanzees from, they did all go to a safe place, so that should make you happy.
Yeah.
And one of them she kidnapped. She kidnapped Tonka,
Yeah.
who was a known famous chimpanzee who was in lots of movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And she kidnapped him. Had him hidden for a little bit, but they did find him.
Yeah.
Thanks to the documentary crew.
Good.
Because they were like, this is now getting into ethical things, right? Because like we know that you're hiding this chimpanzee in your basement.
Right.
And we know that that's really not good for him.
Yeah.
And then she also talked about potentially euthanizing him.
Right.
Saying that he had like congestive heart failure, and they were like, oh, I don't know, like let's get that double checked. And yeah. So anyway, he did go. They did also talk about the dangers and how some people have had some serious injuries.
Yeah.
Because chimps can only be they're only like friendly until 5, and then they become aggressive and dangerous.
Yeah.
And strong, right? Like they can like really tear you apart. And I'm trying to think of what else stood out. Oh, I really think something that the main woman kept saying is like that they do kind of have this like lifelike, like human like thing about them.
Right, but that's a mistake humans make, not the chimps.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying is I think that's part of why the like obsession comes in, because it's like they're human but they're not human, and it's almost like this like they can kind of control them until they can't control them.
Well, I think the issue is they have legs and arms and feet. The animal that most looks like us.
Right, yeah.
Right, we're both all primates. But like a dog, we think dogs have human emotions with the pouting and the, you know what I mean? Those are really just dog emotions.
Yeah.
And we try to like match them up, and we have an understanding, you know what I mean, of what they kind of mean. But in reality, they are just our pets, you know what I mean? That we've like. And so the things that we see in apes and chimps are just so different. I'm sure everyone knows this, but like how if you see most of the time they say when a chimp is like baring its teeth, they're not smiling. They're actively like, I have sharp teeth and will bite you. That's a display of anger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's little differences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's like if you have not seen the movie Nope, you should. It gives a kind of an insight into, and I agree with its opinion on that. And it uses a chimpanzee in that, not just to show the violence that they can exhibit, but just the issue of humans and the wild, as you might say.
Yep.
And spectacle. So
okay, well that's all for that.
Is that all we got for Brooks Buzz?
That's all we got.
Okay.